right, our first discussion on this segment this morning is about the Ogun State economy. No doubt Ogun State is one of the biggest states when it comes to the economy of Nigeria. Of course, Ogun State prides itself with the state that has the largest collection of industries in Nigeria. And so when you talk about the economy of Nigeria, you can't just rule out Ogun State. Ogun State is very key. This morning, we have in the studio with us special advisor to the governor of the state on trade, investment, and industry, Mr. Remi Ogumefun. He's here to talk about the second Ogun MSME business clinic. Whatever that means, he will be explaining to us in the next 30-25 minutes. We want to actually look at how you can actually benefit from that, and how that will take the state to a new economic level. Good morning, Mr. Ogumefun.
Good morning.
Good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. MSME Business Clinic, what does that actually mean? Okay, this is the second edition. Okay. The first edition, okay, let me quickly start from the conceptualization of this in the first instance, before we had the first edition, now going for the second edition.
Okay. The name is micro, small and medium enterprises. As the name signifies, this is the low of the business cycle. This is the low end of the business cycle. Mm-hmm. The micro, those small businesses you see around, mom and pop, the lady, and maybe some of the family members assisting to do those business in the micro sense. The small scale enterprises, it's a higher one, but there you find that a lot of capital has been injected, and a lot of skills has also been injected into that kind of business. But it's still small technically, because employers are not more than 10, okay, and the capital that they employ in the business is still very low. So that is an area of the economy that is so very key and important, because that is where you find the engine of growth. As they do well, and they are doing well in their businesses, they migrate to what we call the large companies that you see all around. But there are very few. Those large companies are very few. They impact the economy, but you need to have an integration between the small scale industries and also the big one for you to be able to have an impact on the economy. Mm. So they are an engine of growth. They cannot be forgotten. People, everybody, not only government, needs to give a close attention and show some interest, very keen interest in that area.
So it's a kind of an idea of bringing them together so that they could also leverage on one another. Micro, small, medium scale, because they need one another, no doubt. For instance, if I run a barbing salon and somebody sells generator, naturally I will need him, he will need me. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
There's a synergy, yes, there's a kind of synergy. Not only that, you see, through the whole business cycle, there's a need from the micro to the small scale industries, from there to the large corporations, the large industries. There must be a synergy. If you look at what is going on now, we have the large companies. If you go to a big company, a large company, because if you go to, I know a large company, for instance, most of them, nearly all of them, do import. They import some of their substitutes. Even those who are supposed to be the leaders, they still import. So the idea is, when you are importing, who are the people producing those imports? I'm not talking of big and massive inputs, but little inputs like, let's say, a bolt, enzymes, for instance, for those who are in the food industries. And so many of those inputs. What we are saying is that those inputs, we could develop small industries, small scale enterprises that produces those inputs for those large corporations so that there's no need for anyone importing in Nigeria.
Okay, you've given us a background as to why it is important to push this initiative, and of course the Ogun State people are interested in knowing how this works. So the second edition is here. What exactly is it going to look like?
Yeah, we've done one before, the first edition. It was nice. Okay, now we're pushing forward. This second one, the idea is to use what other countries do, okay? You bring in development partners. Okay. You know, if I explain to you development partners, there are some people that their life is actually mirrored to help small-scale industries to grow all over the world. And they are here with us in Nigeria, okay? And when I say they are with us in Nigeria, we're talking of the GIZ, German Institutes for, it's the German word. They help small-scale industries, all these micro-enterprises to grow. We have Faith in Foundation. There's Faith in Foundation here in Nigeria who also do that. Even the federal government also do. SMIDA. They have SMIDA, the Small-Scale Industrial Enterprise Agency. They also do that. We have a number that do that. Even the central bank also engages in the growth of small-scale enterprises. So what we want to do, which has been done in the past, is to elevate it and make it a little bit stronger, that we do not stop there. We link them with banks. We're going to link them with banks that are going to help some of these identified small-scale industries to grow and to start their business.
So a lot of people will be concerned now. How is that going to be possible as you're launching the second edition of this initiative? How? How of it?
The model is already there. The model is already there, just to use that model and then make it much better. It's not that it's not something strange.
What I'm saying in essence is that for people that do not participate in the first edition, they don't know about the model, and that's why we are here to talk about it. What exactly are the procedures to follow to get to be a beneficiary of this initiative?
Good. It's already in the public space. If you go to the public space now, it's already there. What you find is that you have a place you can register.
Okay.
Okay? You have a place you can register. It's already there. If you go to the Ogun State website, you'll find it there. You register your interest. That questionnaire that is there, you fill it, because that's going to give us an inkling. It's going to give us an idea of who you are and what area of skill that you have that we can use to help you out.
Okay.
Okay? Then you have to come to the business clinic. There's a business clinic designed for the entire state. It's in 5 zones of the entire state to cover everyone within the state. So when it comes to your zone, you come in there. When you come in there, you find all the banks you see around will be there. Every bank, all the banks. I'm not talking of only banks that you see in your own locality. All the banks will be there. You will find Central Bank there. You're going to find NAFDAC, SON. You are going to find all the agencies that any organization that's doing business, anyone that is doing business needs to know, because you need to register your product. You need, if you are an importer and you are importing, you need to know the regulations affecting your import. You know, so when you come in there, you see all the development partners, the people I just mentioned to you, the GIZ people. Okay, you find them there. They have all the template of, you know,
for the different skills.
Yes, for the different skills. You see, this business clinic, we designed it in conjunction with them.
Okay.
They are there. You see, the beauty of it is that this kind of thing, doesn't cost money, doesn't cost the public money, in the sense that they are being done in conjunction with the state by those non-profit organizations.
Okay.
They are not there for profit, they are there for the quality of what's going to come out and the help they are going to give to the community. Those are why the Germans are there. You know, the World Bank, we've invited the World Bank, and we are following up with them so that they can also come.
So the
and share their
moment, the moment people get to the business clinic and they register, and of course they are able to meet with those development partners that you mentioned, what next? Is it that they get the funds needed for them to do their business, or they get the appropriate incentives for whatever it is they have registered for?
Yes, you see, when you get to the business clinic, you come in. I'll give you the scenario of a business clinic. If you get to the business clinic, you register first. If you have not registered online before the clinic, but we always prefer that you register before you come. You register and you come in to the business clinic. Because before you come in, if you have registered before, we then know your profile.
Okay.
Because we have read your profile, we know who you are. But if you just come in and come and register on the day, we can still read your profile and be able to know who you are. And then the first point of call is to know your interests, because we know your interests. What do you want to do? Are you in ICT? Are you in agro processing? Or are you in minerals, you know, minerals and mineral products or pharmaceuticals? What do you do? That will give us an idea of who you are supposed to talk to at the business clinic. Like I told you, at the business clinic, all the experts, people who know what we are talking about, are already there. Okay? So we link you there, you talk to them. At the business clinic, when you finish with the development partners, then it will give us an idea of where you're supposed to go. If you are somebody that needs finance, we'll know.
Okay.
It's not everybody that comes to the business clinic that needs finance.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
There is this always assumption that anyone that comes that wants to do business, it's technical know-how, your skills. You must have skills, you must have entrepreneurship skills. You may not really have it at the business clinic. It may not even be exhibited, but we know that it's trainable.
Okay.
It's a skill, but it's trainable. At least the basic ones that will aid you and help you in your business. So that's
let's look at if there were actually glaring successes that were recorded after the first edition of this program.
Yes, the first one was successful. Successful. But you see, when you finish the business clinic, there's another journey.
Exactly.
And that is capacity building. You need to build the capacity of the people I was talking to you about.
Okay.
They are very, very important, like I told you, to the economy, the low end of the business cycle. From there, you develop their capacity. Capacity in the sense of understanding how to run a business. I give you a scenario to be able to understand what we're talking about. In business, what causes failure of business a lot in our own type of environment, especially with the low end of the business cycle. I'm running a nail factory. You know, you can run it's a small scale industry. It's a small scale end. You run a nail factory where you're cutting all your nails into sizes, 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, you know, and then the bolts and all those things. And that's what you are doing. And you're selling. You can sell it. You can sell it. You've sold for the day. I'm telling you, this is a clear scenario of from my own research, which I've seen. You come in, and he's doing the daily tally of right inside the business. He has not yet closed. The daughter comes in from school. Dad, I need to pay my school fees today. I also need some of these items to be able to go to school. The next thing the man does, because he's a responsible father, is to call accountant. Can you come? How much have you sold today? This is senior. Yeah, yes. How have you sold today? We sold about 200,000 today. That's a good deal. Give me 150 there. I need to pay my child's school fees. This is what killed business.
Okay.
Totally on design expense, and the man thinks the business is to maintain his private life, and which is wrong completely. So these are some of the things that.
Basically, what should man have done?
The man, exactly. What I'm trying to tell you
now, is on his
that
neck.
is a wrong way to run a business.
Okay.
It's not designed. Business is not designed that way. You must, if you run that kind of a business, you have a business plan, okay? And within your business plan are places for wages, isn't it? Salaries and wages, your expenses for personnel. You are supposed to put yourself on personnel cost.
Okay.
That's what you should do in a business. You must have a salary. The business is not meant for you to just dip your hands into it
and be spending anyhow.
And then you destroy.
So the most appropriate thing for the man, for the kind of analogy you are drawing, is probably to say, okay, give me salary advance. Is that not possible? Salary advance to pay to pay the child so that she could go back to school?
If the system allows it, if the business, sorry, I'm very serious about this, because this is what has killed so many of the small-scale industries. And
that's true.
People like us who have spent a lifetime on this, we really get worried that what is happening. The structure, we need to bring in small-scale industries that imbibe the structure of business. And that is the whole idea of this business clinic. For you to be able to understand how to structure your business, how to write a business plan, how to follow your business plan, okay? Discipline of business. That is the whole essence of this. That's why you have...
What about feedbacks? What about feedback, Logomefun? I mean, after the first edition, okay, let's even look beyond the first edition now. Do you have feedback mechanism for all of those who participate in this clinic, so that after it, you could also be able to monitor their progress and,
our discussions were following it little by little.
Yeah.
Let me just run the cycle for you.
Okay.
That will give you a clear example of how it looks like. You come in to the business clinic, you understand and appreciate how a business environment works, okay? We know your difficulties, we also know your strengths, and see how we can help you. Because don't forget, the target of this business clinic is to bring on board 10,000 new business enterprises.
Okay.
Okay? Just imagine that kind of effect. 10,000 small-scale enterprises flowing into our economy, and not only in the center, throughout the state. You see, the effect will be very, very high, in the sense that these small-scale industries have the capacity to generate funds which will impact the economy. They have the capacity to generate business. Not only that, they also have the impact of employment. They will employ people. Because technically, even a small-scale industry is supposed to employ at least 10 people.
Okay.
Technically, by law. Okay? You employ 10 people. So we can see the effect. Okay? Because they will now have access to market, because we are going to develop the markets for them. They are going to have access to market. They have access to finance. Many of them, of these small-scale industries, have access to finance, even as I'm talking to you now, but they do not qualify.
Okay.
Because most banks, most institutions will probably not give money to those who are not well structured for business. So this is why we are bringing them in, to be able to develop them, and that is why, if you leave the business clinic, the next cycle is capacity building.
Okay.
You train them, let them know how to do business. Those who require more skills, you give them skills. Those who require counseling, you give them counseling. Okay, you continue to work with them along the line. Now, as you are working with them, you are also working with them on finance, access to finance. By the time you are there, you'll be able to know those of them that qualify for finance, and then be able to know the kind of amount they require for finance. You also help them to interface thereafter with those banking institutions. So those businesses you are trying to bring into the cycle, you are going to work with them for a long time. It's not something that because the last one is mentoring.
Okay. Mentoring, okay,
The last one is mentoring. You have to mentor them. Mentor them. And mentoring is continuous. Exactly. It's not something that you leave them alone, because we want sustainable business. A business that will be there for a long time to come and will also grow to become a large company.
Because in this part of the world we are very crazy about social functions. Somebody makes a profit of 100,000 naira, and then boom, a social function comes,
like this,
and the next thing he thinks about is he has to buy cow and he wants to actually flaunt it among members of the society. I mean, that's the kind. I think you have actually eloquently answered the question of my curiosity, mentoring. But let me quickly go a bit deeper, Mr. Ogumefun. Is this coming far too late for Ogun State? Ogun State was created in 1976, over 40 years of age, and Ogun State has always prided itself on being the industrial capital of Nigeria. Yet, small-scale businesses in Ogun State, we can't kid ourselves. I don't think we can put ourselves in the same class with Lagos in terms of MSMEs. The rate at which they grow on a daily basis. Why is this coming too late? What is the problem?
Nothing is too late. Let me tell you that. Nothing is too late. It requires a vision, the vision of the leader. Without sounding political, because this is purely an economic issue now that we're talking about. If you have a vision, you will achieve a lot. What we are pursuing today is the vision of His Excellency. That's what we are following on. That is his vision. You require a visionary leader to really understand what public governance is all about. Okay? It's not noise, making noise all over the place, but doing things that are very, very important and critical to the good of the people. If you don't grow the economy, what will you do? You just be there as a leader, not doing nothing, but you grow the economy. And to grow the economy is going to the base, and really grow the economy from the base up. That's how you do it.
Okay, talking about growing the economy from the base, some people would be asking this question at this stage, that what level of collaboration do you have with different associations that actually produce those people that you are targeting at this point in time, just so you could get them, catch them young to be able to direct their focus in this initiative?
The government has been working, even before people like us came into government, work with all the trade associations, the BMOs. Incidentally, I'm a product of the BMOs. I'm also a product of the BMOs, and I'm so happy being a product of the BMOs. It's my lifetime job. I used to be the Director General of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, the MAN. Nice. So, in terms of growing the industries and growing the economy, a lot has been done. If I come back to your questions, in Ogun State, a lot has been done. In fact, we are the industrial sector of Nigeria. No doubt about it. I'm telling you, as somebody that has the record, that knows the record. We are the industrial sector of Nigeria. We are the industrial hub. Anyone that is coming into Nigeria today and wants to set up an industry or set up an industrial base, the first place you come is Ogun State. You come to Ogun State. That is why we have so many industries in different fields, you know. And today, in Ogun State here, throughout Nigeria, if you compare with Nigeria, we have comparative advantage, competitive advantage in agricultural processing.
Okay.
We have it in food and beverage. In fact, most of the food and beverage that you see in Nigeria today comes from Ogun State. It's a strength, a big strength in Ogun State. Then look at the minerals, the mineral sector, you know, solid minerals, mineral sector generally. We have tremendous advantage. In fact, we are the largest in that area. And we look at minerals, I say, oh, minerals you want for the state. You won't believe it, that some of the minerals you take from the mines are used for pharmaceutical products. Those medicines that we take, okay? We have tremendous advantage on it. And also on ICT, information technology.
Okay.
Oh,
we're interested in that
yes,
because of young people.
There are a lot of ICT potentials in Ogun State. We have an industrial hub, as you are aware. That's why it was created. Like I told you before, it takes a visionary leader to be able to understand what the people or public governance is all about. We have industrial hub there, okay? And we have a collection. So many of these young, brilliant boys all over, and girls, I'm sorry, all over. Because I'm here. I'm gender sensitive.
Thank you.
I'm also gender sensitive.
For being
I have daughters and I want them to challenge the society any day, you know, because they're competitive. So if we have all of them, but you see what's happening in Nigeria today, they're using it for negative purposes instead of being positive about it, you know.
So let's look at this. So where and when and how is this second edition holding?
This second edition, we're starting on the 9th of December.
Which is
Thursday. We're starting on Thursday at Abeokuta here, the Abeokuta zone. We're starting first here. And it's going to be at the Arcade Palace.
Okay.
We're going to use Arcade Palace for it. And it's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning on the 9th. We'll walk through the entire day and then see how we get by. And from there, we start the process.
Okay, maybe I should ask this question. The people you're expecting, are they largely people that have been to school? You know, you have to also look at, you know, those that would be coming for the business clinic. You know, are they people that have acquired different skills in school, or the artisans are also involved in this that majorly might not be able to read and write? Are they also captured?
Yeah, the way we have designed it, first of all, you know, this is our home.
Exactly.
So we think of Ogun State first in anything that we are doing here. You must be resident with us, okay? You're resident in Ogun State because we have responsibility to our residents here. But not that we are going to just close you off if you show up at the clinic. If you are not from Ogun State, we'll still consider you, we'll still look at you, provided you want to be resident here, you want to be resident in Ogun State. Then in terms of people that are likely to scale through, and you must have skill. Okay. You just don't come to the business because you are unemployed and you just come. Yeah, if you're unemployed, come. But we'll see. You see, that questionnaire is so important.
Okay.
If you check the questionnaire, we'll know from the questionnaire whether you are interested in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. But if you're interested in entrepreneurship, yes, you are welcome. You need also to have minimum skill. I mean, minimum education. Okay. You must be able to write. Well, you have to present a business plan. We are going to teach you how to write a business plan. Okay. So you must have little knowledge. You know, that basic education. You need that basic
platform,
education.
is it buzzing now? Is it, I mean, this is Monday, and we're looking at Thursday. You can actually
Yeah,
tell us
people-
the number of people that have actually registered.
No, people have been registering, you know, because we have the website has been on live. I've been live since about 3 to 4 weeks now.
Okay.
Even though we have not started the process.
Okay.
Well, it's been alive. We have some people. I understand this morning that there are at least 200 people
Okay.
have put in there. And as we go on, continue to move towards the Thursday,
Okay.
there's still going to be many
Okay,
coming.
you mentioned that there are 5 zones,
Yeah.
you know, that will be involved. Maybe you can help us so that
The-
others
the-
that are
the-
not within this zone can also expect when they would be
Yeah.
getting
The-
their own.
The 5 zones are Abeokuta zone.
Okay.
All the local governments that are near Abeokuta catchment area. Then you have Ijebu-Ode zone. Same process. We have captured everyone in that zone. Then the third one is the Shagamu zone to Ogijosai, where we also have a catchment of industries in that area. And the people, young people with knowledge are also around that area. Then the fourth one is Ado, the Ado area. We also have people. We're also going to go there because we're going to have a center there too. And then the last one is the Mowesai.
Okay.
Yes, to be able to capture people there also. So we actually have 5 zones, and we have looked at it very well. That those 5 zones we are going to catch the entire state within those 5 zones.
Are you really ready in terms of the capacity? What are you not thinking of being overwhelmed? For instance, if you have people that come on Thursday and they jump back,
The entire place.
the entire Alake Palace.
Well, the more we've thought about that, but as we thought about that, but this is skill based.
Okay.
This is skill based. It's not for anyone, everybody.
So people will be screened.
Yeah, this is skill based. Those that can benefit from the program, okay? In those days, when people have attempted a semblance of this, you just bring an enterprise or a potential enterprise in the market space, 1 year, they are fizzled out. Maximum 2 years, gone. This time, the emphasis is on sustainability. Okay. You come to the market space, you continue to be in the market space and continue to grow in the market space so that in the next 5-10 years, we are talking of a big company that has grown.
Okay, maybe I should include this. We've seen our president leave the country. We've even seen our governor. He was also in France, in Paris rather, to talk about the business, wooing investors into the state. And I was also thinking about it that what about looking into direction of engaging state collaboration, interstate collaboration when it comes to the business world in Ogun State? Are we looking in that direction too? Your ministry?
We do a lot of investment programs in the ministry. Government generally do a lot of investment programs. Recently, there was a movement towards investment summit, and I can tell you that there are also some being planned already in my own ministry, especially in the mineral sector, to have a solid mineral investment. Okay, that is an area that we need a lot of investment in, and also to make sure that we can generate a smaller segment of businesses, that we need in that sector.
Okay.
Not necessarily the big miners. There are also supporting structures that help the big miners. And this is where some of these business things we are talking about is to encourage people to focus on those areas where they can be able to generate business.
Well, we must thank you so much for coming on this program, Mr. Abeokuta, Special Advisor to the Governor of Ogun State on Trade, Investment and Industries. And wish you the best of luck on Thursday, second Ogun MSME Business Clinic. I think it's better understood now for some of us who don't, who either didn't understand this. Best of luck on Thursday, and even going forward as you go to other zones of the state for this exciting program. Thank you so much for coming this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll take this break. When we come back, we'll discuss something else. Stay with us. New on the People's Study.